Hello, good day, and welcome back to the Certified Jordan channel. This is episode 32 of my channel, and today we are going to look at a very well-known friend, a bike that we've completely redone, Triumph 675 Daytona. It has unfortunately come to visit us in bad circumstances. It has suffered catastrophic engine failure. So, without me wasting any more time, let's dive right into it.
We have a very good friend visiting us in the workshop today. Unfortunately, this old friend is visiting us with not such a great news. This bike, the owner said it made a noise inside of the engine and it came to a grinding halt. So, we need to rip the motor apart to check what is going on with this motorcycle. It will not run. The engine is stuck. It's got 64,000 kilometers on it, if I'm not mistaken. So, let's get to it. So, here we have the Triumph Daytona 675. The last you saw of this bike, we replaced the combination oil and water pump in the bottom of the oil pan. So, if my calculations serves me right, the owner has done about almost 3,000 kilometers after that replacement. But I have some bad news. It has suffered catastrophic engine failure. On the first cylinder closest to you, the valves has dropped. There's holes in the piston, there's valve heads loose. Some of the valve heads are stuck inside the cylinder or in the piston head. I'll put a small video of that in here, the one that I've took with my boroscope. Please excuse the footage, it is not $1,000 boroscope. It's quite an old one, but I'll put the footage in for you to have a look at. So what we are going to do right now is, I just want to get the fairings off and get the fluids drained, because I'm going to replace this engine with another engine. I got an engine with 22,000 kilometers on it, or that's around, I don't want to guess, I'll put the amount of mileage in on the screen. But that should be about 11 to 12,000 miles, maybe 14,000 miles, which is significantly newer than this one. I tried to navigate through the screen, but I'm struggling with the buttons. I can't really remember which one is the right one to press. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this bike at the moment, it has 62,000 kilometers on it. And yeah, I think we've replaced that oil pump on 58,000 kilometers. So it's done around 3,000 kilometers with a new oil pump. But yes, we're going to tear this off, drain the fluids. I'm going to put you on a time lapse for that because you have seen me tearing down these plastics, I think, enough. So we need to get this done. It's already late at night, so I just want to get that done. So by tomorrow evening, we can remove the engine, because the day thereafter in the morning, the courier company is going to come and collect this engine. Now, I'm in the Johannesburg part of South Africa. This engine is going down to Knysna. That is in close to George, in the Western Cape, if I'm not mistaken. Eastern Cape. That's about 1,000 miles away, maybe a bit less, about 900 miles away. This engine is going there. They're going to swap over the throttle bodies to the new engine, the starter, and whatever else we want them to swap over, which is nothing, only the throttle body and the starter. And then they're going to do a bench test for us. I'll show you the video they're going to send me of a dyno run of the engine on an engine stand. They're going to do a dyno run on the engine, and then thereafter I'm going to ship the engine back. So it's an exchange unit. I give my broken engine, they send me a new engine up, and then I also get a warranty on that engine as well. So the engine price is 20,000 Rand. I'll put the dollar amount for you on the screen as well, the US dollar amount. But yes, it's not cheap. However, I reckon it's going to be much cheaper this way than to open this engine up and repair it. The valves on these engine, for 2 valves, it's 4,400 Rand, only for 2 valves. And I mean, if you have an issue like this, there's no, it's not justifiable to only replace 2 valves. You replace everything or you leave it. So in this case, let's buy that engine with 22,000 kilometers on it. Let's take this engine, which has 3 times more the mileage on it, rip it out, send it down, and let's put that other engine in. Okay, but let me put you on a time lapse. Let's get these fairings off. Let's get these fluids drained so that we can start the process of removing this engine. Alright guys, so basically we've drained the oil, we've drained the coolant, we've removed the header pipe, the airbox or air filter housing is off. I reckon about 95% of all the plugs are unplugged. The front sprocket cover was removed. The gear selector shaft was also removed. So I reckon we have 6 to 8 bolts left, then the motor should drop out. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'll continue that tomorrow afternoon after work. It's late, I need to get some sleep, so we'll continue this in the morning. I'll catch up with you then. Have a good evening, guys.
Well, hello YouTube. It is the next day and it is officially time to get this engine out of this chassis. Not later, not now. We need to get this done. This motor needs to be packed tonight and pelleted tonight, because tomorrow this motor is being shipped down to the Eastern Cape. So let's turn this bike around, because I want to be closer this way. Right. Okay. So what's going to happen now? This bolt, this bolt, this bolt, and the one in the front needs to come out. But I need to try and arrange something to hold the motor on. Don't want the motor just to drop on the ground. It needs to hang off of something. So I need to see what I can do to make that happen. There's nothing really on the top that I can use. So I need to try and figure that out. I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put a blanket under here, a blankie. Just so if the motor drops, look, it's not as if it's going to cause any real damage because the motor is scrap anyway, but still, I don't want it to just drop out of the bike, you know. I've got a jack, but I don't want to really use it on that aluminium frame. So you'll see in the time lapse what I'm going to do. It's no point for me to record the entire thing of taking this engine out and you need to sit and watch it. I'll explain if needs be in the voiceover, but the plan is to take these bolts out. That one, this one, this one, and that one, and the same on the other side. That's the primary 8 mounting bolts. So most probably I can start by removing this one first and maybe this one second, or maybe these ones secondly, and then strap it, and then third and fourth. But we'll see how it's going to play out. I'm going to put you on a time lapse now. Let's get this started, guys. I don't want to run out of time. Viewers, the engine is out. Now what I need to do, I need to remove little brackets such as this one, such as the radiator bracket, and I'm not too sure about the piping. I'll talk to the guys where we are importing the motor from, and just hear from them whether the new engine has all of these piping on already. This pipe and that pipe. These pipes, the big ones, I'll take off. I'm just not too sure about those. But the engine is out, and let me tell you, it's one hell of a tight fit in there. It is a tight fit. But it is out. It gives us the perfect and ample opportunity to properly clean the inside of this frame up, and we will make the most of the opportunity to get that done.
Yeah, guys, let me just stand a bit back. The motorcycle is quite loud. But yeah, I have actually faced any YouTuber's biggest nightmare, which is I've lost all the footage of me installing this new motor with the Daytona. But there she is running. I'm doing 2 heat cycles. I have one small leak that I've picked up, which will be addressed. I'm waiting for her now to reach operating temperature for the fan to come on. And I have also filled up the engine with fresh oil, including engine flush. So I'm going to give her a heat cycle, then cool down to ice bowl. And then tomorrow morning I will do another heat cycle. And then thereafter I will dump the oil, dump the distilled water, fill up with coolant and proper oil, fix the one small leak that we have there. Then do a heat cycle again, check for everything to be fine. And then thereafter I will give this motorcycle a proper bath, fit the fairings and the rest of it, and then it can go back to its owner. There's a couple of tips that I want to give you on the installation process of the engine, but I'll do that when it's a bit quieter when the bike is not running.
If you need to install a motor such as this, specifically the 675, in this frame or in the frame of the Street Triple, well, I'm going to tell you this, and it counts for both taking the engine out and putting the engine back in. After you've disconnected everything and you've removed the radiator and drained the water, drained all the oil,
and you've removed the header pipe. You have by this time already removed the air filter housing, you have unplugged all the plugs, you have unplugged the coils and taken the coils out, so everything is ready. You need to now remove the engine. Take this bolt out, take that bolt out. Well, you're going to strap, let me first say this, you're going to strap the motor to the frame, all right? From here, all the way across, over the frame, around the other side, and maybe have a ratchet strap or something holding it in place. You're going to take that bolt out, you're going to take that bolt out, and then you're going to take that bolt out. Leave that bolt, loosen it up, but leave it in place, and exactly the same on the other side. Leave the front engine mount bolt just loosened up. Just let it go. Just give it a quarter turn, leave it. Okay, then you're going to take this motor as it stands like this and drop it out like this. It's going to come out. Then it's much easier. Take that bolt out and then the motor is free. If you are going to try and just pull this motor in, you're going to struggle. It's not going to go in that way. The same if you want to install the motor. Get the motor standing up straight like this. Bolt these bolts in. Not tight, not fastened, just put them in nicely, both sides, and then tilt the motor over into position. It's going to tilt into position like that via a ratchet strap or a rope connected to an engine crane. That's what I did. That is just going to make this engine sitting like this, going straight into position like that. Then tighten your bolts. And guys, please tighten your bolts to spec. If you look closely to all of these bolts, they have white paint on them. I have checked each and every single one of these engine bolts to be torqued to spec. Also remember, when you take your old engine out, if you're going to replace the engine, remove your clutch stay bracket, remove your fairing brackets, and all the other bracketry that you're going to need on both sides of the engine, including the radiator stay here at the bottom that connects to the engine on that bolt. Take it out and leave it. And then my last tip, and please take this seriously. Before you install the engine, do all your plumbing, your coolant plumbing, before you install the engine. I did not do this, and I paid the price for it because it's extremely difficult to get in. Let me show you this. Especially this pipe that comes from the top of the radiator. It goes into here below the throttle bodies. And this pipe that goes in here, the small pipe, goes in here behind into the back of the other cylinder side. So do your plumbing before you install the engine. The only cover that I'll leave off until I've done the installation is this one, because then you need to add the sprocket and get the chain on. But this engine is running fine. It's just done its first heat cycle. You would have heard that it sounds a bit misfiring. That is because we are shorting some Y pieces for these connectors. The Y piece, the 4-way Y piece connector broke off, so we've ordered a new one that should be here within a couple of minutes. But for now, I'm happy. I'm going to now let it cool off completely, and then I'm going to do a second heat cycle with the water and the oil in it, with the engine flush and everything in it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen this pipe whilst it's hot so that it can blow out all that, with pressure, all that dirty water and things that might be accumulated in the radiator and inside of this engine. By the way, I wanted to also mention, this is not the engine that we've thought we'll order with the 22,000 kilometers on it. This engine has got 16,900 kilometers on it, which is 9,800 miles. This engine cost us 22,000 Rand, not 20 like the previous one. It was 22,000 Rand, which is 1,400 US dollars. So it's not cheap, guys. And that little oil there, that was just from me checking the oil and spilling oil all over the place. There's no leaks, everything. So I just wanted to give you the final verdict on this. So what we're going to do, as I mentioned, let it cool down, do another heat cycle. Then I need to nicely clean up this engine properly, put the fairings and things back, and then I will take this bike for a ride. I'll do a 80 kilometer or a 50 mile test ride with it. It needs fuel anyway, it's empty. You'll see the tank is still loose. That's because the air filter housing, this is just the top. The air filter housing is not installed yet, because I need to install those white pieces first. And then I'll put it together, rinse it off, and then I'll take it for a ride, and then it can go back to its owner, most probably tomorrow afternoon. Thanks so much for watching and following this series on the unfortunate events following this Triumph Daytona 675. Hopefully, the owner will now have a nice bike. I must say, the throttle response on this engine is significantly more responsive than the previous engine. Also, don't worry if you look at that little reservoir bottle. I've got its lid there. That's not Pepsi, it's distilled water that we're using for the heat cycles. But if you are a subscriber, thanks so much for subscribing to my channel. If not, please consider subscribing. Please give the video a like, share it with your family and friends, and thanks so much for sticking around on the Certified Jordan channel for this build. I will put in a picture before I end the video of the completed motorcycle, and once again, thanks so much for following this channel. Cheers, guys. Alright guys, it's 8:30 Saturday evening. This motorcycle is finished. It's the same day I did the heat cycles earlier on. This motorcycle is done. The owner has arrived. He's with my son. We quickly rinsed the bike. It's ready to go home. We took it for a quick spin as well. Says the torque delivery is much better now. This engine is of the Daytona 675R model, so it does have a bit more power. It does have a bit more low down grunt, and he is very happy to have his motorcycle back.